As you can see now, I'm in the back seat. So what I've done, I put the driver's seat in my position, and I got a bit of room underneath because it's pretty good enough space. However, this is just about, so it's touching, so because of the curve of the seat, I'm able to put it in between. Now this car, like with most cars, it's automatic. It has a transmission tunnel in the middle, so slightly kind of raised up, so the passenger that's sitting in the middle might suffer a little bit, but at least it's good for short journeys. If you're gonna do a long journey, then you need to hope the driver in front is a short driver, let's just say that. But other than that, it's pretty good and comfortable. So if it's only 4 passengers, I can push my knees out and relax, so can the other driver and the other passengers. So that's all good. So yeah, pretty good. You have electric windows here, pretty good. What else is there? As you can see, yeah, the seat headrest can go up, so I can at least relax if I want to sleep for a little bit. Okay, now I'm in the front in the driver's seat. It has a few settings which able to, if you want to increase up or down, so that's pretty good. And you can't adjust the steering wheel, I think. Let me just check. Oh yes, you can. Perfect. So you can bring it forward to you, or down if you prefer it, and up and down depending on how you want it. So now I prefer it closer to me, and I can just lock it in place. A cool few features. So I press my nice start and stop button here, and the good thing about it is automatic, like I mentioned. You have cruise control in the car. I'm slightly a bit annoyed that some of the controls are in the middle, so it's not that user friendly. But let's imagine if I want to start the car, I can press it here. I have my Bluetooth control, so that's important. And basically, yeah, that's it. As you can see in here, we have our controls here, pretty good. This is the Clio model, which has the base reflex, and I'm impressed. A car that has quite a few toys in here, so honestly, well done. Like I said, it's a good car to start off with if it's your first car. It's nice and compact. It has all the toys that you need, and yeah, AC works, so pretty good. We'll take a test drive for it. Okay guys, we're gonna do a quick drive on this nice Clio, and first thing I want to say, I'm impressed. I think I first thought I would hate Clio because I'm not a big fan of French cars, but this car has impressed me. It's a first small car. Yes, it's a diesel. A lot of people are not a big fan of diesel, but it's automatic, so I'm not too fussed. It saves you really good in regards for a small engine. You actually don't need to stress. You can leave it parked up. The owner of this car, he had it for a few months, and he's filled it up back in March, and thanks to COVID, he hasn't had to use it that much. But as we all know, with diesel, it's good once in a while just to give it a quick drive, you know, to make sure it doesn't clog up the DPF. So right now I'm driving around in Manchester. I'm really blessed that I got the opportunity to also test drive this car. It's a very sunny day, which is really rare in Manchester. Yeah, we actually have great when it comes to water. I enjoy drinking the water here in Manchester. But now let me digress and actually talk about something else besides Manchester water. Back to the car review. So one thing I like about this Clio was that it has a lot of toys on it, and these cars are not actually, how would you say, they're not cheap. You know, they're brand new. You're looking at about 15 grand in regards to buying one brand new. But if you think about it, for your first car, you need to have a car that does the job. It actually takes you A to B. It has all the toys you need. So this car's got cruise control, it has Bluetooth, and I'm not a big fan at where the cruise control is. I mean, we have one on the steering wheel, but we also have another feature called the limiter right here on the center, so that might distract me if I'm on the motorway. I think that's the limiter side of it, where you actually turn it off and turn it on. But then at least the controls are here on the steering wheels are pretty good. I didn't think Renault would actually give you toys, but somehow they are giving you toys. I like the radio. It comes on pretty good. It has USB. Let's see.
With a win at the Andalusia MotoGP, and that's
pretty decent speaker. And some people are not a big fan of Renault because they're like saying, why are we paying extra for this basic feature? But Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it has the bass reflex, so you can really enjoy. So if you're a youngster or your first car, what more do you need? My first car was a rubbish VW Golf, it had nothing. At least for this car, and it also has a start and stop, so you're also saving diesel when you actually parked up at the light. You can turn that feature on or off depending on how you prefer, but it's pretty good. I love the armrest. It's very nice and comfortable. You can raise it up to different standards. Cup holder wise, I'm not that impressed with it. It has a small slot, so if I wanted to drink my coffee, it might be a bit more difficult to do that in this car. But it has spot for me to put my key here because it's not contactless. It's actually, what do they call it? You just come near. Yeah, it's and how would you say it? I forgot the phrase, but yeah, keyless entry. That's the phrase. I was coming to that. But yeah, I put my foot down. The car picks up pretty quick. It kicks in slight lag, but nice. It does the job. Honestly, it's I can see myself on the motorway on this. It's actually pretty comfortable to drive. You don't hear the diesel engine, you know, when the windows close up. You got your radio playing. You don't need to stress. So the people who are like, oh, why do I want to sound like a diesel tractor? You don't need to worry. And I think it's pretty smart that Renault pretty good when it comes to diesel, that they were able to actually put a diesel in such a small car, so you can really save, how would you say, diesel when you're actually traveling far. But I think from a drive perspective, it's pretty good. I like the visibility. I can raise my seat up or down. I can control the steering wheel. The windows are all nice. I can control all the windows from here, as well as the central locking. I love the fact that the wing mirror is closed. I know, call me a bit, you know, old school, but when a car can do that for you, it's even perfect. And this little test that I do is open up the visor, and if it has a mirror, great. This one has a mirror. So yeah, seats are nice. The owner also loves the seat. I like the way it actually hugs your curves. So long motorway distance, it shouldn't be a problem in this car. But like I'd say, it's actually, you would need to probably be maximum 4 passengers. It's not really a 5-seater car. It does what it says on the tin, and also for a new driver, it's perfect. You don't need to ever worry about having to stress in regards to, oh, do I need to park this? This car has reverse sensors as well. I mean, you drive into the famous old Manchester streets, and yeah, pretty nice. I'm enjoying it. I like how it flows. It's easy to park, easy to maneuver, and at the same time, the owner has had it and he's really happy with it, you know. So that's something that I'm happy with in regards to this car. So yeah, that kind of covers it. I mean, for other people who own Clios, let me know what you guys think about it. And would you buy this, or would you go for Ford in regards to your choice? Or would you stick with Nissan as your first car? But regarding street cred wise, Renault Clio, you're growing on to me, mate. You're really growing on to me. So until the next time, guys, don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching All My Rides. Enjoy the view. Peace and love.